So the point of today's video is to look at a hit piece of some kind. This particular hit piece is from The Guardian and it's a hit piece on Jordan Peterson. Now, if you want my opinion right off the bat, is don't read hit pieces. They are not going to give you good information. The purpose of a hit piece is character destruction. Okay, the reason this article was written was to destroy somebody's character. That means that any information or impression that you get through a hit piece like this is not going to be accurate. So my advice is, if you want to find out about a particular person or individual, go and look at their content. Hear from them themselves. Don't ever make your mind up about somebody through a third party. In this example, if you read this article on Jordan Peterson, why do you need to read Dorian Lynskey's perception of Jordan Peterson? Just go on YouTube and search Jordan B. Peterson and watch what he says for yourself and make up your own mind. That's how you should. That's the way to really make a good decision about somebody. Don't listen to hit pieces. But what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the sort of anatomy of a hit piece and how they really work. Some of the main techniques that are going to be used by this gentleman here, Dorian Lynskey. The main one is going to be association. So in many situations, he's going to associate Jordan Peterson with various negative things, right? And we can also look at some of the language he uses to sort of draw a negative connotation. So let's look at it first of all, starting with the title. How dangerous? Is Jordan B. Peterson the right-wing professor who hit a hornet's nest? Well, straight away, there is two things that are really misleading. The first one is that to suggest that he's a right-wing professor, Jordan Peterson, if you actually watch his content, he never claims to be right-wing, or really, maybe he has different views that could end up on the right-wing side of the political spectrum, but he's not really a politics guy, so it's a bit strange to immediately assume that he's right-wing, and especially in the title. The second thing is that we have a question here: how dangerous? How dangerous? Now, if you're going to answer that question, there's only two ways really to answer that. It's either he's very dangerous or just a bit dangerous, right? There's not really any room in that question for, actually he's not really dangerous at all. In fact, he could be quite a positive influence. This kind of title is it's leading you to an answer right off the bat. So, moving on. Since his confrontation with Cathy Newman, the Canadian academic's book has become a bestseller, but his arguments are riddled with pseudo-facts and conspiracy theories. Okay, so the first association we have being made is between him and conspiracy theories. Immediately, the reader has got an image of this guy in their heads, and they are immediately compartmentalizing him. They're thinking, okay, so he's just another one of those conspiracy online people, right? Those crazy he's right wing. He uses pseudo facts and he talks about conspiracy theories. So he's not somebody to take seriously. He's somebody who got popular with the crazy people, and I'm not going to listen to him because he's part of that other group. Okay. The Canadian psychology professor and culture warrior, Jordan B. Peterson, could not have hoped for better publicity than his recent encounter with Cathy Newman on Channel 4 News. The more Newman incorrectly paraphrased his beliefs and betrayed her irritation, the better Peterson came across. And we have here, of course, the passive tense. And this basically is a good use of language because it suggests that all the popularity that Peterson has is just luck. Right, it's just a big load of luck that he just happened to do well, and there's no none of Peterson's success is attributed to himself or his ideas. It's all he got lucky because of what other people did. That's what the passive tense is often used for. The whole performance, which has since been viewed more than 6 million times on YouTube and was described by excitable Fox host Tucker Carlson as one of the great interviews of all time. So we've got to ask ourselves here, why does the writer here decide to talk about something that Fox News said? I mean, a lot of people may have made comments about Jordan Peterson when this was written, 2017. Why did they decide to involve Fox News? What does Fox News have to do with him? They want to build an association and strengthen that association between Jordan Peterson and the right wing, right? And the Fox News, which is a right wing outlet, right? So they include Fox News to build that association in your mind. Don't listen to Peterson, he's a right-wing character. As he told Newman in his distinctive constrictive voice, which he has compared to that of Kermit the Frog. I choose my words very, very carefully. So now we have our next association between Jordan Peterson and Kermit the Frog. To be honest, it is true, his voice does sound a fair bit like Kermit the Frog. But why does the writer include this here? Well, it's because it's a perfect opportunity for the writer to make an association between Peterson and a clown-like character, right? Kermit the Frog is not a serious character. He's not something to be taken seriously. So it's about associating Peterson with, something clown-like, not serious, right? Next, no wonder every scourge, I don't know how to say that. No wonder every scourge of political correctness, from Spectator to Infowars, is aflutter over the 55-year-old professor who appears to bring heavyweight intellectual armature to his standard complaints about social justice warriors and snowflakes. Now, why has the writer decided to talk about Infowars? As you may know, Infowars is run by Alex Jones. It's known for being quite a conspiratorial channel, and it is also known for being very right-wing. Now, Jordan Peterson has never mentioned Infowars at all in any of the videos that I've seen of him. He has nothing to do with Infowars, right? So why does the writer include Infowars in this article? This is not an accident. Remember, the purpose of this piece is a character assassination. That's the reason he wrote it, okay? So he's including Infowars is because it's going to build in a negative association with him and this crazy conspiratorial right-wing outlet. From the mention of Infowars, I can conclude immediately that the writer of this piece is not an honest actor. This is not somebody who I can trust or to give me good info. Just because of the fact he made that association there. This is not a neutral piece here. This is a character assassination, and I can't trust anything that's being written here. Simple as that. Despite his appetite for self-promotion, but Peterson claims to be a reluctant star. So we have a new kind of accusation in here, and that is that Peterson is really doing all of this just to make money. He's just a con man, a businessman of some kind who is just in it for self-promotion and to make a fast buck, basically. Here we have his ballooning celebrity and wealth, however, began elsewhere with a 3-part YouTube series, etc., etc. We have the word ballooning. You can imagine, they could have used the word increasing. That would have done the job. But ballooning has a bit more of a negative connotation. You can imagine what I'm imagining is like a wealthy businessman wearing a tie, just getting fatter and fatter with wealth, and greed. That's kind of I don't know about you, but that's what that word makes me think about. And again, they keep bringing up his wealth. Again, it's kind of to suggest that the only reason Peterson does anything is just to make money. He's a businessman, just like he's just in it for the money. And here we have another association. Here we go. He is also adored by figures on the so-called alt-light, basically the alt-right, without Sikh Hales and the white ethno-state, including Mike Kernovich, Gavin McInnes, and Paul Joseph Watson. So again, we have another association to the alt-light, and even a sneaky subconscious association to the alt-right, which is, when the white nationalists who believe that white people are superior and everything like that. So the truth is that, again, Jordan Peterson is not really right-wing. There are all these assertions in this article, these associations being made that Peterson is a right-wing figure, but this is not really true. But the problem is, anybody reading this kind of piece will assume it's true. It's The Guardian, it's a respectable news outlet, supposedly. And the association is being made. Peterson's secret sauce is to provide an academic veneer to a lot of old school right-wing cant. So once again, we have academic veneer, as if it's some kind of facade. What's the word? Facade. I'm not sure. Some kind of facade. It's not really real. Like he's a con man, and he's just fooling everybody, or something. And we have again a lot of old school right wing cant. It's like the number of assertions between Peterson, and right wing is ridiculous. Now we're not even halfway through the article. We've had about 6 or 7 assertions to be him being right wing, and really it's just not really true. So I think I might just stop right there. We have also, let me see here, I can already see the word Nazis. So here we go, let's take a quick read. Peterson's constellation of beliefs attracts a heterogeneous audience that includes Christian conservatives, atheists, libertarians, centrist pundits, and neo-Nazis. So again, we're just trying to force that association between him and the right wing. But just because neo-Nazis might like what he says, it doesn't say anything. The truth is that doesn't really say anything about Peterson's character at all. It's just because somebody likes you, that doesn't say anything about you. Just because a Nazi likes one of your videos, that doesn't make you a Nazi. Right? But this is what the association is being made. Peterson and Nazis. Right? He must be a dangerous right-wing crazy figure. So I think I'm just going to stop there, because we get the idea already. There's no point in reading the rest of this article. We know already that the article can't be trusted. It's a hit piece, and the goal is character assassination. So I'm not going to find any reliable information from this article, so I can just discard it right immediately. And we've seen his use of techniques of character assassination, the biggest one being association, right? Associating him with other negative things. In that small bit we read, we have associations to conspiracy theorists, Fox News, Kermit the Frog, Infowars, and the alt-right and Nazis as well. So just in a small amount we read, we had all those associations. And many people, as you can see, this is more or less on the front page of Google. If you search for his name, Jordan Peterson, we get his website, then we get Wikipedia and Twitter, and then right under there we have the first article is this one. That is, at least on my Google, that's what comes up. So anybody who doesn't know about Jordan Peterson, they will maybe, in their interests, try to find a reliable source to hear about him. They go over The Guardian, and immediately they are completely misled by this hit piece. Also, anyone who is already quite left-wing is going to have their confirmation bias sort of tickled by this article. They're going to be encouraged to believe what is easy, and anything that already fits their beliefs this article will encourage them to assume something about Jordan Peterson. And what will happen after reading this hit piece, many people, they'll go and they'll see a Peterson video, but they won't really be listening to what he says. Their perception of him will already be colored by this kind of hit piece. That the associations have already been made in their head. It's like, okay, Peterson is right wing, Peterson is conspiracy theories, Peterson is like a clown like Kermit the Frog, Peterson is like he's something to do with Infowars and Fox News. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.